Hey Trashkin, so we're back. I'm gonna be hopping straight in to the can hunt. We've got, let's see, onesies, twosies, freezies, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more to find. And then I gotta get the good ending. So, I'm gonna meander around until I hear rattling or find a can, and then jump in. Okay? See you when I find the next can. Aha, Trashkin. Pay dirt already. Like I said, some cans are silent. Hellstein game. Energy. Oh, hello. A rich bounty indeed. That's 2 down. Royal milk tea. What makes the milk tea royal? May I ask? Right, back to the hunt, Trashkin. Okay, Trashkin, this one's a bit of a brain scratcher. Because I hear it. I definitely don't see it. Ah, there we are. Eh? Well, that's one more. Right, back to checking over the courtyard. I'll report back when I hear the rattle. How did I miss this one the first time? Concern. In lemons? I suppose I was paying more attention to the other railing, wasn't I? Hey, Puppo. I'll hook you up with some... Wait, what's that? Aha! Super dry. I think that's what, 5? We got another 4? I'm gonna keep scraping. 6, baby. Ma. These dirtling. That's a perfect meow face. I'm disappointed in myself for not finishing the game, but the good news is I had a little bit of extra time today. Work let out a little early, so I'm able to sit down and without causing myself any undue stress, get this out ASAP. Aha. 7, baby. Crossface. Might not be their proper name. It's the name I'm giving you. Oh, God of trash. Please be kind to me. I seek only the trash that is rightfully mine. Alright, Trashkin, I'll tune you in when I find another. It might be a minute, though. Aha! Trying to hide from me on the 3rd floor. That's 8? Ew, ew. Canned soup? Looks like canned minestrone to me. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for a minestrone. I just prefer chicken sausage gumbo. What? I'm a heavy raccoon. That didn't happen all on its own now. Wait, slower. I'm gonna check these gas meters real quick, Trashkin, then it's up to 4th floor. Oh, sweet merciful God, Trashkin. I could have been doing the crouch this entire time. Well, I'm gonna check out the world from this new perspective for a while. I'll tune you in when I find that final can. Ah, man, I've got to read instructions more carefully. And at long last, Trashkin, our quest comes to an end. Hey! Alright, we got that down. Now, Trashkin, I have made 2 attempts for the good ending. The first one I botched, the second one I botched, and I didn't have time for a third, so it's time to deliver some packages. You know what that's going to look like, so... Okay, Trashkin, full disclosure. I botched another run, so I'm going to get things set up, and I'm going to tune you in to the important miss. It's when you grab the baby that matters. Everything else is kind of moot other than the letters. So there's the dog and the cat, and then when you get the baby, there's a flower pot you can shove out the window there that I missed the last 2 times. So we're going to get that done, and I'll tune you in when we get there. And show you a few things along the way that I missed the first time. Alright, for the sake of reminding you, the important stuff is the letters. Here you go, boy. So, doggo, completed. Oh, yeah, this way. Just get that package out. Enjoy doggo and the hum. Yeah, that's pleasant. Don't remember when, but there's a weirdo that pops up around here. I'll ting in if they come up, but otherwise it should be smooth sailing. Alright, doggo done, cat food secured. Just hand it over to Spicy. Here you go, Spicy. There. That. Oh, and like I said, that's when what's his face pops up. Just sort of staring at us. Think he's the dude that ran off with Papa, the dude in the apartment that flipped out on everyone with the kitchen knife there. If you run up to him, he'll disappear, though. Alright, so the rest is smooth sailing as normal. So I'll tune you in when we get to the important part. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wrong button. So, in a very specific set of ways, we have some representations of exploitation here. And bias and ableism and such. Thinking about it a while longer. Michirio in 401 represents hypocrisy more than anyone else because he's a shut-in and almost entirely dependent on his parents, but sees himself as better because he isn't on disability. Like, I guess normal society would go to the convenience store girl and Erica. As for exploitative, the priest. And then there's another guy, or in the drunk, I guess, is just your straight up self-righteous drunk. I forgot how little I like you. Well, back to it, Trashkin. You know how this dance goes. I forgot bedroom lady, or bedframe lady. Bedroom lady is the exploitational flavor, I suppose. Because, like, you know, we're delivery folk. Assembly isn't usually a part of that. It's undervaluing the effort, kind of a thing. Which isn't the most horrible thing in the world, but, it can feel like it when people don't value your time or your efforts. Being a pizza delivery driver, I have experienced that more than once. Not quite a one-to-one, but the, what do you mean you won't bring me a pack of, or you won't pick up on the way? Just go, no. Look, if it's somebody I know, and they need a favor. Okay. Everybody else is out of luck. If I do it for one, I'm going to have to do it for everybody. Well, granted, the one that always got me is how many people couldn't bother to be home before they order. We're like, yeah, I'll definitely beat the pizza guy. They're slow. And it's me going, I know the most efficient route anywhere in this city. And you think you're going to beat me when you're 20 minutes away. Okay, good luck. Like, the one that really usually drove me nuts was when folks just assumed they would beat me to the hotel I'm closer to, get checked in, and deal with me when I get there, and inevitably I'm 10 to 15 minutes ahead of them. It's me going, really, dudes? Really? Well, yeah, I suppose. The game's not too terribly annoying at this stage. We can let it roll a while longer. Tell you some stories about delivering. So, the most annoying kind of deliveries were what we called headless wonders, which is when someone would call, place the order, and we show up and there's just no one, or they pass out by the time we show, which is usually at the extreme side 35 minutes from when they order. Like, nothing otherworldly, but really, folks, please, when you order pizza or food in general, please, please, please make sure you're already where you want the food to show up. Double check the address was the other big one, because I had a lot of folks that ordered multiple addresses. And here's the thing. We deal with a few hundred people a night, or the low 100. We don't have the means to track where you are every time. We just key it to one address, and the system is prioritized to push the new address. So please double check the address. If you're not sure, take a minute to be sure. Read your order. If you don't like doing that, call us or stick to ordering at one location. Like, we can accommodate multiples, but please, please, please take a moment and double check your own work, because if you order online, you're doing that double check. There's going to be no read back. The computer system, the website is just going to assume you know what you're on about. Ah, spooky, scary. Do, do. How you doing? Yeah, there's some great automated doors you got in this house. Terrific. What was the other one that absolutely drove me nuts? Getting stiffed was just part of the job. It happens. You make a note and you move on. Uh, Part of why the other drivers like me is I would just handle the difficult customers who stiffed. Like, one of the funniest ones I had. We had one customer who thought I was giving him the stink eye, which amounted to, no, I just know to keep it brief with you. You don't tip. So I do the pleasant but brief version, which amounted to, I assume his conscience got to him or something. I don't know precisely what. But from that point onward, they would specifically ask, request not rasp. Now, maybe it's petty and small of me, but unfortunately for them, they only order during my shifts, and I was one of two drivers on for most evenings, occasionally would have free for heavy days. So, whilst delivering the pizza pie, Speaking of delivery. Yep, still got that old heck am I doing here? But every time they would order, I would offer to take their order. Because the thing of it is, I knew the owner refused to fire people for things they really should have been fired for, so me going out of my way to provide good service in a trying situation, however passive-aggressively I might have gone about it, wouldn't get me fired. Ah, package D. That's right, I saved the best for last. You gotta space out your package D jokes. I knew I wouldn't get fired, so I took their order as often as possible because they didn't tip, but I knew me continuing to have a job would ruin their evening a little bit. And that no matter how much they complained, the counterpoint would be, well, would you have preferred your order 20 minutes later? And I wasn't going to stick any other drivers with this guy, so I got a little of my own back, and he got the slightly good prompt service that he just didn't like the person giving it. As I like to put it, you can complain. You're going to get these, so you got your food in a timely order that was handled in a polite fashion. You just don't like the person delivering it. Well, tough break, dude. We can't hire only people you like. That's a very narrow market. Ah, there we are. The baby. Last thing to do. Most important thing. The thing I missed 3 times running. This rasp does not follow directions well. It's embarrassing. All I had to do was watch a walkthrough and just, nope. Too impatient. Want to go fast. But this last letter should give us what we need. But yeah, that was one of the silliest things I did as a delivery driver. Oh, right. 4. Because we gotta wind up back in the elevator. 403. Here we go. Spooks ahoy. Ah, yes. Here's where we need to be. Is the whistling wind the hint? Screw you, flower pot. You're standing in my way this entire time. Blood. No time for sightseeing. Ah, there we are. Come on, baby. We're getting out of here, baby. We gotta get you back to your ma, ghost baby. Alright. Well, you know how this is gonna go in the elevator, so, Trashkin, I'm gonna spare you that loud and alien landscape and get back to it. Yeah, thinking about 305 being the most complex and the longest route to reach sort of suggests that Areza was the highest hopes he had and felt the furthest from, maybe? Or perhaps the most crushing rejection? I know a lot of folks have trouble with rejection. It's a very touchy subject to speak on. But if you can't handle rejection, life gets a lot harder. Like, folks have a right to decide who they care to spend the time of day with. Now, there's a polite way to decline. But other folks also tend to be pushing and demanding of others and don't have respect for that, and that's liable to make you real salty real fast, Trashkin. So I got sympathy in both directions for that sort of thing, because heaven knows there are few people that I choose to spend my time with, and I tend to value my time. Might be a result of having been in a job where my time and my labor wasn't valued. Well, 2 to go, Trashkin. I'll tune you in on the last. Come to think of it, Trashkin, do you think perhaps the simpler routes? Perhaps the simpler routes, and the closer, were the connections that you had hoped would be the easiest, and yet weren't? So, I mean, like, the priest gets money, that's unique amongst the deliveries, marking them as particularly disappointing. The drunk's at the middle of things here, like, it's not complex, but it's a bit further. So, it was hoping to make an easy friend. You know, maybe I should save the analysis for other gamers. I'm getting out of the weeds. Let's get this over with, Trashkin. I suppose what I'm trying to get at with this shower of thoughts, stream of consciousness thing is, the premise is very simple, and the ending isn't the greatest thing ever, but there's enough blank space on the story canvas that you kind of get that extended shower plots thing going on, where you try to piece together, to reconnoiter what they're trying to say here, or if maybe there's a greater meaning. Alright, let's get jump scared. This time, you'll be able to see our dude bright and clear. I want you to have this experience. Now, Trashkin, deep breath. He's a-coming. Now, pay attention. He's got a knife. There you go. Oh, that reverse death rattle routine. That Jew on death rattle still gets me. Alright, Ghost Baby. There you go. You have a good life, Ghost Baby. I'll see you next playthrough. Now, before we fetch anything else, we gotta fetch a key. Now, I wouldn't have come up with that ever. I didn't even notice the balcony the first 3 times. I finally went, you know, I'm being a dick. Though, come to think of it, why did 403 have the key to 404? It's not a joint balcony, is it? Or is our boy just a weirdo for hiding letterbox keys? Alright, finally. Kohei, are you okay? I haven't heard from you recently, so I wrote a letter again. You know, my only criticism here, bright light and white text means you should probably shadow her, do a shadow box thing. You know, black offset. I alter. You tend to get depressed since you were a kid easily. Don't care too much about your disability. I'm worried, Kohei. Sometimes the depression accumulates and explodes. Kohei, you are kinder than anyone I know. And remember that I'm proud of you. Call me anytime if anything happens. Dad and I will always be on your side. Work, you don't have to force yourself to work, you know. By the way, Grandma wants to see your face. Come back home sometimes, okay? Mom. Well, it sounds like Guy's parents At the very least, weren't douche canoes. Well, let's get this final delivery underway and see if I got it right this time. Be able to see all the stuff now. What that I realized I could turn off VHS filter. Because again, I am bad at checking directions and options. Could have been seen crystal clear this entire time. I also did bump up the brightness just a little. So that letter not being entirely legible might be on me. Oh, there's just the slightest delay in the... Yeah, just a little bit of... The mouse is where you're looking. Your hand is a little behind your eyes. Or your head turn. Oh, here we go. Down one. Special, strangely unmarked delivery. Good God, I hope I got it right. I really don't want to do this again. I've done it 4 times. Ah, there we are. Welfare document. Well, I have no clue what that says. I might have to look that up. But I think that's every note in the game. Huh. Weird, we didn't hit Murder City this time. Huh. Oh. That was happened to Kohei. On their own? But how this game gives you a lot of time to contemplate. The delivery man decided to leave the place. He knew what had happened at the Nakayoshi apartment. I went to the local police. He told what happened to the police in detail. What the police saw there was brutal. Was that brutal corpse. The police had decided early on that he had committed self-game ending. The landlord was taken and questioned by the police. Nakayoshi Apartments, which lost the residents and landlord who protect the house, changed its appearance and name. I'm still waiting for people to come. Huh. Ending 1. We survive! There's Papo. So, there's the second end. I do apologize. It took me a bit to get there, and I was a little out of spoons. But hopefully, getting all the cans makes up for it. Or if not, well, let me know. These things happen sometimes, Trashkin. So, that'll do. I hope you're all doing well. I hope this will tide you over until the next horror sampler this Friday. And I'll see you all the next one. Good night, Trashkin. See you in a bit.